Yo, 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 everybody. What is up? OCD Mikey, Hi Fi Dude here for another edition of the Mikey Show, where you can actually call in and talk about whatever the hell you want to. It is hi fi centric, but really, hi fi is the easiest, simplest thing that we talk about. it's it's not as hard as the industry would have you believe. So I'm going to chill here and hang out for a second. I am drinking a Heineken 00 today. It's all right. Eh, not really the best. I've had better. So feel free to ask any questions, any comments. If you want to call into the show, you can call in. The number is 415 484 5121. Feel free to call in and bring anything you got about hi-fi. We're going to talk today about, for part of the show, about Samsung buying B&W, Marantz, Denon, another conglomerate buying up another audio company. It's not really a surprise. I'm sure they're in better shape now anyways. They're not going to run out of money. Let's put it that way. That's for sure. So that was interesting news. Hey, all, great day here. Daughter's parakeet got out, found him after 2 days at a school nearby. Wow, far out, man. Was he hungry? I'll bet. Mark in Myrtle Beach. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Tribe. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. Got Steve from Bedrock Audio coming tomorrow. He's going to listen to the rig, and we'll get a short clip of what his feedback is on this system. Now it's at best it's ever been level. So anybody that wants to come and listen, I'll compete with any system, any price, any size, anywhere with what I have right now. It is something that is as good as anything anybody's ever heard, and I'm happy to prove that with anybody that wants to come and listen. Not a problem. So that is what's up. I don't really have much to say pertinent on my mind, so I'm going to let you guys pick it up. Yo, Harsha, what's up, man? I got a new Persian rug today, dude. It's actually Afghani. I wanted to match. You know what I noticed is the last one that I got, they're actually directional. Some of them, when they're a rectangle, like this, they weave them. Two guys weave them down so they can make them where you look at them this way and everything's left and right symmetrical. But if you put them this way, now it's off. And the one that I got is freaking gorgeous, but it runs the long way. So I went and got another one today that was fully symmetrical, that has also gorgeous, that has some other. It's actually symmetrical either way. It has a little more blue in it. It's really beautiful. If anybody knows about Persian rugs, bring it. Let's talk about it. Tell me anybody that knows their shit about Persian rugs. I'd like to invite them to call in and talk to us. And tell us what's up with them. I've learned a little bit in the last couple days. And I'm now, when I look at them, my eyes, I know which ones I like and which ones I don't. At first I didn't. Yo, Head, what's up, man? Calling in from Vegas. What's good, fam? What up, man? Good to see you, Jazz. Uttar Pradesh is the best place to attain authentic Indian rugs. Yeah, that's cool, man. That actually the two that I have are, they call them Pakistani rugs, but they're really Afghani. They're made in Afghanistan, but we can't import shit from Afghanistan. So they send it all knotted and everything and made over to Pakistan, where they do the final trimming and stuff like that, so they can call it Pakistani rug, but the origin is really from Afghanistan. Hey, Mikey, I'm sure you answered this before, but what are your thoughts on getting a tower versus a bookshelf and sub like the Fisher bookshelf? Is it better to get a tower or is it room dependent? No, it's hard to say. I think really, quite honestly, I don't. Okay, so there's a couple things. Sometimes people don't like the visual of a floor stander, and it's usually women. And so if you put a bookshelf on a thin, slim stand, it's not visually as imposing in the room. So sometimes, it's like to keep things quiet with the woman. Okay. I don't have that problem, but some people do. Another one, or maybe even the guy just doesn't want a big black, something like this in the room. Maybe he wants to have, it be thinner, legs or whatever. So visually is one reason. The other reason is if you're setting bookshelves on top of something, if you need to put it on top of a credenza or something like that, then you're going to need a bookshelf, right? So those are the kind of the times that you need a bookshelf. But in every other case, I would go, if it's same quality, I would go with a floor stander for sure. You're going to get better base. There's more cabinet volume, so you can get better base out of a floor stander. And the funny part is the actual footprint on the floor with a bookshelf is the same as with the floor stander. It's no bigger. It's actually my floor standers that I have, Fisher and Fisher floor standers in the 170 and 270 are smaller footprint than the footprint from the 70, because the 70 has to be kind of big to get the base out of it. You got to make it as big as you can to get cabinet volume, whereas you can just go long for cabinet volume with a slender build. And so if it's in my opinion, I would always go with the floor stander. I would never choose the circumstantial. The reason I would choose a bookshelf would be because of circumstance, because or the other thing too is the money. Bookshelf monitors usually are less expensive. So if you can't spend the 9,000 on the floor stander, but you can spend 4,500 on the monitor, then you get the monitor. But I'll tell you, these monitors are full tilt Boss monitors for $4,500. They're crazy. If Joe from Baker's Santa Barbara is watching right now, Joe, tell him about the 70s that you just got. He just got a set of 70s, and he's like, I can't believe this. These are so much better than the other speakers I had. It just like kicks their ass, and now he's getting an amplifier, and he's really happy about it. I love the color. It adds to your room rig. Yeah, totally pulls the room together, man. It was something was needed there big time. And then what's fucked up is that I couldn't give two shits. It was like watches, okay? I couldn't give two shits about rugs 4 days ago, right? Now, as I learned about the quality and how they're made and how they're hand dyed and twisted, and then the yarn, and then it's hand knotted and all put together. Now I in typical fashion, I'm getting all into rugs and I'm finding what the best quality is, and they are not cheap, boy. But they're art. They're freaking art for your floor. Absolutely, it's art, and it is handmade art. And these rugs are freaking gorgeous. Some of them, they're so beautiful, and the fact that they're handmade and they have their little a brush what do they call it, a brushing. See, I'm learning the terms, and I don't even fully know them. But in other words, like for instance, if you have blue or you got a gray background, okay, and they're making the gray, and they make it in lines, right? And then if the yarn or the wool is hand dyed, it has inconsistencies, right? It's a little darker, takes up a little more of this than a little less, and so it has inconsistencies in the dye. So as you see the lines, you'll see variations, gradient variations in the color, which is an indication that you have hand spun yarn or hand dyed yarn. Um, and I think they call it hand spun too. It's the dyeing in the hand spun. And then machine spun is like perfect. The color is totally the same across the whole thing. Now, the machine spun many times yarn is in the finer rugs, but to me, the finer in this the ones that I've seen so far, they're not quite as pretty. I like the variations of the dye. It makes it obvious that it's handmade, the little mistakes, the little differences. I don't like perfect. It's in a lot of things with hi-fi, with any art. I don't like it. It looks machine made, and perfect hi-fi sounds clinical. So I like things that look. So I all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, I'm getting into rugs, and I'm starting tomorrow. I'm gonna go to a place that is like the high level one with the Persian shit. Just so everybody knows, at least this is what I've learned so far. Persians were the ones that invented this shit, and everything else is like copies of the Persian shit. Persian shit is the most expensive, right? And then India and China and other Afghanistan and Pakistan and different countries copy the Persian style rugs, and they're a lot less. And thank God, I mean, they're still beautiful, but the one that was the originator, the reference is Persian. And So it's just an amazing thing to behold. And you see some of these high grade ones made out of silk where they're like 400 threads knots per square inch, and it's like you don't even want to walk on. I don't even think people put them on the floor. You put them on the wall, which is wild. They can make full like scenes of like Renaissance or something like that, like weaved. It's crazy. Super cool. Hey, Mikey, good evening, tribe. Are you going to Munich? I don't have any plans for Munich. I mean, it would be a good thing to go to. I would like to bump into some people. But when we go to Munich, we like to stay. It's like we do it. We do a 6-week vacation, right? A month and a half. So, a month and a half every year. I suppose I don't need to go for a month and a half. I could go for a week and a half, 2 weeks. It's just too short for me. If I'm going to do that long ass plane trip and I'm going to go to Europe, I'm in freaking Europe, baby. I'm staying. I'm not coming back right away. Oh shit. We've got one more day, 2 more days. We got to get all this shit in, and we got to no. Last time we went, I thought a month would be enough, and we just straight blew off the tickets. We just didn't even show up for our plane, and I bought brand new tickets on the way home. I was like, fuck it, let's stay. I don't want to leave yet. Let's stay another 2 weeks. So we stayed another 2 weeks, and that gave us a chance to hang out in the Netherlands, which is an awesome place. And it was just fantastic, thanks to Core and Sil, who are great people. And if anybody is in Zwolle, Netherlands, go see Cor Van Empel in his audio store, and I think it's called Van Empel. It's Van. If you look in Zwolle, I think it's like the only hi-fi place there. Anyways, there he is. That rug really ties the room. Tell us about the SN70s that you bought, brother. Those monitors. Tell us how you liked them, man. What did they do for you? Tell us what the other speakers were that you had, and how did they do against the Fishers? Let everybody know. Hey, Mikey. Hello, tribe. Clark checking in from Oahu. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Hello, Mikey. Tom from Killeen, Texas. Can you advise me on a good XLR cable for less than $500, 1 meter? I'm sorry, I can't. I would guess Blue Jeans cable, or like I would say Blue Jeans cable, go for something like that. Just regular good stuff, nothing special about it, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? B. Walker says he assumes the input stage of the smaller NAT amp is not differential. So the XLR connector is a convenience connector. Is it transformer coupled, or does it just use one of the two signal lines? It's a very good question. The nat amps come three different ways. They come one like they call it pseudo balanced, which is the subsequent where it just uses one. Or does it tie them? Yeah, it just uses the negative the positive phase. That is the first way. The second way is true balanced with an input transformer coupled. And then the third one is with the highfalutin transformer on the input, the silver wound, high permeability, core, all that shit. So it three different ways. SN70s are sick. Yeah, I know they are, man. Tell us more, man. What else did you have? How sick are they? Hey, Craig, what's up, man? Cheers. Good to see you, brother. I'm fairly sure the SN70s will beat my Wilson Audio Tune Tots. We'll know for sure once I find a pair of stands to use to AB the two pairs. Cool, man. Cool. Good evening, tribe. Good evening, Shane. How are you, buddy? Welcome. I like my rugs trimmed. Oh boy, do I walk into that one? Let's here comes the rug munching jokes. Thick and chewy. Online sources where you can find these rugs. I don't know the online. I would just do, if I was Google searching, I would probably do authentic Persian rugs wholesale. That's what I would search if I was searching for it. Try and find something. I think there's a rugs.com, but that may be like Wayfair, kind of cheesy. I don't know. That may be the good one. But you could probably go to Etsy and find people that will ship to you direct from like Turkey or something like that, and maybe get them at a wholesale cost, But you really need to know what you're buying, because these rugs are so expensive, the real Persians, everybody copies it, right? And you get copies all the way down to $250 for an 8x10, right? The ones that I'm looking at, my 8x10s are in the $3,000 range. And they go up from there. So I've found that I really don't want anything cheaper than the level that I'm at right now, because it's just they look different, man. They feel different, and you just know it is different. It's a real hand knotted wool rug. It's just knowing that, otherwise it's you're cheaping out, and I'm not one of those guys. I used to be. Look, it has to do with income. It has to do with means. There was a point where fuck it, I mean, I'm stepping on the thing. I just get the fake one for $250, and then it looks nice, but keen eyes will know. And in the music room where I've got a $250,000 audio rig, I should have at least a $3,000 rug, right? Don't you think? Have they made mentioning anything Persian anti-Semitic yet? Right? Totally. Next thing you know, just mentioning Persia will get you fined and imprisoned. No doubt, man. No doubt. It's crazy. It's crazy shit. The phono input on my recent used Continuum S2 find is not working. Well, ships tomorrow to JRD, fix and upgrade. See, so and there's another reason, like from what I talked about in other videos, and people are like, oh, you're just trying to spread fear. It's like, no, I'm just telling you, beware of used stuff. So this phono input, the seller did not tell him that it wasn't working, but he found out after buying it. But the good thing is Jeff Rowland does fix the stuff and he'll upgrade it. And unlike many other companies, when you find older things, if they get past like maybe 10 years, they might just tell you, we don't fix those anymore. It's not our deal. Good evening, tribe. What's up, David? How are you, buddy? From Texas, from Fort Worth, Texas. Kimber Hero is pretty good boilerplate XLR. Okay, there you go. Kimber Hero, pretty simple, pretty easy. XLR Tri Audio NV, very affordable. Never heard of it. Deckware XLR cables are under 500, I believe. Okay, there you go. Have you heard backdoor info that Griffin is using or dealing with Chinese components or manufacturing? I have. I mean, the controlling interest, I think 51% was purchased by a Chinese conglomerate. So of course Chinese parts will make it in there. Yeah, for sure. They'll turn Griffin into a mainstream product, right? They may keep it the same price. They may bring it down in price and make it so it's an everybody thing, where it used to be like an exclusive thing. Now it could be an everybody thing. Um, you never know. Or they could snuff it. I mean, that's another tactic, is you buy the competition and you snuff it. You put it out of business, just to give your own brand more leverage. So who knows what will happen with that? But it's I mean, these companies get to a point. As I mentioned, I don't like corporate hi-fi companies. Okay, so that's why I don't like all those, the companies that I don't like. That it's just more and more of it will happen. More of these things will get bought up, as the owners just don't want to deal with the stupid hi-fi industry anymore. I mean, I can just imagine, being an owner operator after 40, 50 years, you're just like, I'm sick of this bullshit. Let me get out of here. And if somebody wants to buy it from you, Jeff Rowland wouldn't sell. There's somebody that would just rather not sell his company because he cares about it too much. But other companies, it becomes a redheaded stepchild. Like, certain brands will just get handed off, like B&W now, or Marantz or Denon or whatever. They just get hot potatoed between investment companies, banking companies, and whatever. And that's when it usually gets petered out. So Griffin might be petered out after a while. I don't know. I hope not. But it's run by the Chinese, and they don't give a shit about maintaining integrity on anything, man. They just want to, um, do a ton of sales. Good evening, tribe from Iowa. Good evening, man. Speaking of Iowa, I got some killer raw milk 2 days ago and have been completely enjoying raw milk and cereal. It's so good, man. Oh shit. Raw milk, man. I know we talked about this before, and people are like, "Oh, you got to watch out for pathogens," which I'm sure you do. It's only labeled to use for your pets. But to me, that's like, okay, if it says for pets only, you know, um that means that's the good stuff to me. Um so Donnie, if you're looking at 3K rugs, you're bottom feeding. The more you see, the more you appreciate why great handmade rugs cost more. Have fun. Okay, Don. So if you know rugs, call me and we can talk a little bit more about it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm not going to spend 15 grand on a fucking rug. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, but that's what I said about watches, right? I'm not going to spend, next thing you know, I'm buying, expensive watches because it got into me. But, yeah. So that's good. So if 3K, then I don't feel bad about spending 3K. Then I feel like it's a cheap rug. So that's cool. It's beautiful. It makes my room look awesome. And it's hand knotted and it's wool. So it's far enough for me, right? It's like, this is like a 12K watch. That's far enough for me. I don't need a 30K watch, you know. Even though I bought one a while back. Anyways, yeah, so who knows? I'll have to look at more. I have to see the other rugs. And so I'm going to go look at the other ones and see how they look. Look what happened after Peter Thiel died. Is it Peter, or what was his name? Thiel died. Some company group tried to take it over. It was a disaster. Thiel was a truly dedicated to the real. It happens quite frequently. What happens is people that know how to run businesses, like investment guys that know how to make businesses profitable, have no idea about audio, and they think they can do some shit with audio. Audio is a complete curveball. It doesn't work the way normal shit works. Look at me. I am at home. I don't have a store, and I've got a huge tribe, and people buy from me every day, and I don't have the overhead of a store. It doesn't make sense, right? It's awesome. Audio is not what these guys think. They think they can come in, these CEO guys or whatever, come in and, oh, we're going to run an audio company. And it's like, they lose their ass is what happens. I'm eating raw milk and cereal right now. Oh, you bastard. So good. Today is my fast day. So just in case y'all, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I now eat. I've found, I think what's going to work best for me and my lifestyle is to at least and see how this works after maybe 6 months. I eat every other day. I don't eat every day. So I fast 36 hours and then I eat one day and then I fast 36 hours and then I eat one day. So, and fasting is a like, look, I'm not fully fasting, right? This thing's probably 90 calories. So, let's see, servings, calories, 69. What a number. 70 calories. So I'm having this, but I didn't eat any food today. And I had a little like a shake that I make. I mix all my, instead of buying some shit like Kachava or AB1, AQ1, whatever the hell that shit is. I know what's in it. I just mix my own lion's mane mushroom powder with spirulina and chlorella and turmeric and chanca piedra and ashwagandha and all this other shit, man. And I just buy it bulk in powder and I mix it in a huge ass protein powder thing, like those 5 pound the giant protein powder jugs that you can buy. And I mix it in there. I mix it in there, and then there's some protein and just any other thing that I want to add into it. I just keep dumping it in there, shake it up. So it's always changing a little bit. And I'll drink that on my days off. I'll have one of those. And then the rest of the day, it's water. But no munchies, no snacks. And then on the days that I eat, I don't, well, I did snack yesterday a little bit. I don't typically snack. I'll have one meal and then that's it. Yesterday, holy shit, I made some bread with a new recipe and it was y'all ever tried freshly milled grain? Like we went and bought grain, hard white wheat and hard red wheat. And right there, they milled it for us and gave it to us in a bag, brought that home and made some bread. I've been making it with store bought bread flour, and the good shit, I think, like organic bread flour from, can't remember the name of the company, like King Arthur or some shit like that. And it makes good bread, right? But this stuff is on a whole freaking new level. Like I didn't even know bread could get like this. Like it has such texture and it's so chewy. It's got high protein. It's like, I mean, I'm like, Jesus, I haven't had bread my whole life. It's like having a good egg or good butter or something like that. Or raw milk. You're like, what have I been missing the whole time? It's crazy. So for any of you that are joined, the reason that we talk about this shit is because really this is about experience. Hi-fi is an experience, but that's just one of the experiences that I enjoy. And I enjoy high level experience. Okay. That's what I'm after. I only live once and my time here is precious. So I'm after sublime experiences, one after another, as many as I can, making memories, right? And so that's why we talk about all this other stuff. Hey, Mikey and Tribe, I suggest looking at Tufenkian rugs, hand knotted in Nepal, cold wash wool with Swiss dyes that retains the natural lanolin in the wool. Okay. Too funky, man. Tufenkianrugs. I don't. Tufenkian head non. Okay, it's a brand. It looks like modern stuff. Oh, there's some. Huh, interesting. Okay, so I'll check that out. I will check that out. Thanks, brother. I used organic milk over here that is pasteurized, and boy, oh boy, it's still got that raw milk mouthfeel and taste. Yeah, I mean, it's straight like it has this sweetness to it and this creaminess to it, and it's like, oh shit. I remember why when I was a kid, it brings me back to being a child, really. It makes me remember what milk was like when I was little. That's what I remember milk being like, you know. Unfortunately, I own more rugs than I should. However, I get many compliments from guests. Okay, Mark, so it sounds like your rugs. So I'm into great stereo cigars, watches, bikes, cars, rugs. Got to check out fountain pens. I haven't started the fountain pen. I do have a Mont Blanc. It's not in here. Whoops. It's not in here. And I know you're probably going to say Mont Blanc is a cheap one, but it was $700 or something like that for freaking ink pen. Um, it's a fully polished. It's either silver or stainless steel. It's polished and it's a Meisterstück or wait, maybe that I can't. I think that's the one. I can't remember. You twist it and the ball comes out, and that's about as far as I went. I don't write enough to make the fountain pen thing. If I wrote letters and did things, it would be like otherwise my pens would just dry up. But I did look at them at one point. They're interesting. They're kind of cool. Don is wrong. You can bring back beautiful loomed rugs from the Middle East that are usually loomed from machines that are outstanding. Okay, talking about bottom feeding for $3,000. The high-end rugs are expensive because the size of the loom is so small that only children can do it. It often takes generations of children to do the uber expensive rugs. Interesting. Mine had tags that were metal, like you can't remove them. They were heavy duty metal tags that said this product was made without child labor or something like that. Like it's a certification thing that's tagged on the rug. Sometimes when I sneeze, my rug falls off. Carnivore, baby. Yeah, you know it, buddy. I love me some meat. But it's, on my not as much as usual, man. But carnivore diet, I don't know. It I really like my veggies. I really like them. And I really like my carbs too. So I figure if I eat every other day, um I can eat the kind of the way I want a little bit, and I'm going to see how that works. I'll bet you what'll happen is I'll go down to a certain weight and then I'll plateau. If I eat whatever I want is what I'm saying. If I eat whatever I want every other day, I'm only going to get to a certain weight and then plateau. But if I ate healthy, like salads, let's say, and like fish and stuff like that, and I didn't eat pizza. Like I'll eat on my freaking that's what I have to do. So I have to make one of those days a week a cheat day where I can eat pizza. Because we did that the other day. I found some local Chicago tavern style pizza, which is now my favorite go-to shit, Nancy's. And I ate the shit all day. I bought a big ass, it was a medium pie, but we got two, one for me, one for her. And my God, man, I ate it, the whole day. It took the whole day for me to finish my pie. So I ate a pizza. That's all I had that day was a freaking pizza. That's a lot of cheese and a lot of stuff. You're not really getting, it's not balanced diet. But, hey, Arun, what's up, man? What can you tell us about rugs from India? Do you know? Be careful with fasting, Mikey. It can cause gallbladder issues. Not anti-fasting, just saying if you start getting upper abdomen pain, be careful. Yeah, thanks, man. Gallbladder issues how? Gallstones? Because every single day I take something that dissolves stones. Whether it is gallstones or kidney stones, I take a supplement every single day that dissolves them. But what other kind of gallbladder issues are you talking about? And on the days I eat, I freaking eat fat, bro. So my gallbladder empties it's bile. I torque it on the days that I eat. But yeah, I'm always very cognizant of abdominal pain. Mikey, that shit will get you running to the toilet. What will? And that might be a good thing. Maybe I want to vacate my bowels, dude. I mean, I certainly don't want stuff hanging out in there. I'd rather shit it all out like a madman, on my days, like on my days off when I'm not eating, when I eat that green powder shit, kind of helps clear it out. You're doing something right. You look as healthy as you've looked since I've been watching you. Well, thanks, Don. Appreciate that, buddy. It's probably the supplements and all that kind of shit. One more rug comment. The closer the loom on the back looks to the pattern on the front, is the best test for quality. Okay, I got you. Interesting. What is your opinion of silver in digital cables? I like it. I make them. One more rug comment. The closer the loom. Oh yeah, we got that. And Andy, if you want a silver digital cable, just get in contact with me. My brother's concealed carry bag is called Bull Bag USA. I think it's just BULBAG.com. My brother has a cool bag that he sells. American made, really high quality. I just shipped a record bag today too. You guys have no idea. We got to get him to come on and tell me what he thinks. He's got no idea what he's getting. He only spent $450 for this bag that would easily be a $1,200 bag if you bought it at Hermes. It would be more. It would be $5,000 if you bought it at Hermes. But if you bought it at Orvis or something like that, it'd be a $800 bag. My brother's bag is like $300, and it is made out of canvas and heavy duty canvas. It's very high quality. I don't have one in here, but you know what I do have in here? Dare I show you? I better not show you. I don't know if you can show guns and stuff here. A balanced diet is most important. Absolutely. Yes, gallstones. Okay, yeah. So I take Chanca Piedra every day, and I substitute with Tudka and or supplement with Tudka and other things too. And I drink a lot of water. And when I eat on my days off, I do not avoid fats. I go fat heavy many times. So that helps squeeze your gallbladder and make it work. Get yourself a Wonder Mill. That's exactly what it is. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. What we did was we had the Wonder Mill up on the counter, and I was going to buy it, and I was ready to buy, a couple 5-gallon buckets. And they said, maybe before you go whole hog like this, try it and see if you like it. And I'm like, you know what? That's a great idea. Let me get you mill it for me and let me try it, and we'll do it. So, now next time I go up there, I'll get the Wonder Mill and I'll buy 2 5-gallon buckets, one of red, one of white wheat, and while we were there, we bought a gallon of honey. So we use honey to sweeten it, and then a gallon of extra virgin olive oil that we use. And it is unbelievable. Reverse osmosis your water and remineralize with your own secret mineral mix. Yeah, I'll just use what we use, bro, is we use that freaking raw milk. Try that on for size, bro. Yeah. And the water that I use is spring water. It's natural spring water, and it has minerals in it, but and then we end up adding salt into the mix anyways, into the bread mix. Hey now. What's up, man? I was listening to some Grateful Dead today. What's the gallstone dissolving supplement you take called? It's called Chanca Piedra, otherwise known in English as, that's a Spanish word. It means stone breaker, Chanca Piedra. So you can find it anywhere, man. ChancaPiedra, Chanca Piedra. And that stuff, man, it helped anytime I had a gallbladder thing. I used to take it before, like only in case of emergency, and it helped, Now I take it on the daily, just to make sure I keep stuff in check. And I don't take much. I take like a little bit every day in my mix. And it keeps I don't think it can hurt, it helps. There's some tonic things that you use for liver and kidney, and really it's not the gallbladder that's the problem. It's like fatty liver. I think you need to take care of your liver. I think the gallbladder comes after the liver. So if you have a happy liver, I think your gallbladder's good. So anything that you can take that it keeps your liver in good shape is a good thing. When does the DAC war stop? Yeah, I don't think ever. WADAX, DCS, MSB are all heading or will be into the 6 figures. They are, man. They're all well into the 6 figures. I would think that the reviewers and magazines could arrange the shootout. It seems shady as hell. They'll never do the shootout, bro. They'll never do the shootout. It is shady as hell. You know, it's totally shady. WattX put their shit up for 165 and they blew everybody out of the water. They one upped everybody. Okay, let's be the most. It was smart marketing. Let's be the most expensive DAC on the planet, and then we'll get notoriety. Um, and they did. I can hear what it's doing, and it sounds like it's adding something to the music to make it sound, to make digital sound like vinyl, so it has a grain to it. That's what I hear with WattX. I hear a grain added into the music. Okay, so I don't like it. The DCS, I listened to the DCS Varese. It sounded great. I haven't heard it in my rig, so I don't know. And I didn't bring my playback up there. I'm hoping he'll do that for a private thing that I won't be able to make a video on. But I know the guy, and he may let me bring my playback, and then we can compare. And that would be interesting. But yeah, they're 100 and 200 and change 200. So the response from MSB and WattX was like, well, if this no name is going to charge 165, then we're going to charge 265. So they did it. Pretty soon someone's going to have $1 million DAC, and then I'm going to exit the audio hobby because it's gone freaking stupid and I'm embarrassed by it, and I'll leave. People are like, promise. I just heard that in the back of my head. They'd love to see me leave the industry, man. That would be like, people would rejoice. Love silver and digital cables. I'm with you, Mikey. Yeah, for sure. Silver I like pretty much in anything. Now you should drink ionized water now. Cook and drink with it. It's good for your body. Yeah. Yeah, I guess some people say that. I have another viewer that says I should breathe some certain type of oxygen too. And he's got a machine that he knows about, that he told me about. And you breathe through the damn machine, but it's a $7,000 fucking machine. And you think like I'm going to just like buy some shit that's like some new age thing. I'll breathe supercharged oxygen air or whatever the hell it is, and then it's going to cure all your ailments or whatever. It's like, man, that's too, you gotta, if you're gonna just come in with some claims like that, make it less expensive. If it really does, I just don't trust new age products. I just don't trust it. To ionize water could be something that's done super fucking easy. It could be as easy as putting a battery with two probes together into water or something like that. Like, I'm just making this up, right? But the thing that I don't trust about the new age shit is that I think they do common things, or they figure out common ways to make something good, like water, supercharged water. They do it in a very easy way, but then they charge you $4,000 for it, for some little thing that was just, $300. You could make your own for a couple $100. So I don't trust new age shit. I don't trust it. If it was for real, they would really be using it. It would really be a thing. But I would try it. If someone else wants to pay for it, I'll try it and report my findings. And then if I find that I feel way better, I will buy it. In the water thing, the one time I realized something weird about water was a friend came by, and he had driven out from California, and he had jugs of water. He came from Calistoga, and he had taken water out of the Calistoga spring at the top of the mountain and brought it straight here. He was bringing some somewhere else too. And I drank, like, for that night, I just drank like, I don't know, 3-4 bottles or glasses, whatever, of it. And the next day, man, I totally felt great. Now, it could have been a lot of things, right? But for some reason, that next day, I felt freaking phenomenal. And I was like, Jesus, I wonder if it's the water. There are some great books on Persian rugs. You'll learn about regional styles and approaches to weaving. It's fascinating and beyond informative. You'll get sucked in. All right, send me the link, brother, and I'll buy it. Raw milk will help with gut health. It doesn't regulate you. The healthy and live bacteria is what helps digest food and push it along the way. If I can control it, I go raw milk, butter, and cheese. Yeah, I got some raw cheese the other day and it was stanky. I think I just got the wrong type, probably. But I tried it and I was like, this is funky, dude. It tastes like fucking the animal. You know what I mean? I don't like it when it tastes like the animal. Like the animal smells. If you can taste the way it smells, I don't like that. It's too freaking authentic for me. Um, there's always raw milk and butter in my fridge at all times. That's awesome. Good thing that you can get it. We can too. Bottled water in glass bottles only if you can help it. That's right. I get 5-gallon glass bottles, big ones, big 5-gallon jugs delivered to my house once every 2 weeks. And it's spring water in glass. Also, electrolytes on fasting days. Yes, I heard about that, but I thought that was more so for when you're trying to go for, like 3 days of fasting. Then you want to put a pinch of salt, into your water, magnesium, all that shit. Like I've watched those videos, but I only do it for 36 hours. It's like I sleep one night, I wake up, I fast that day, and then I sleep another night. That's 36 hours right there. 2 times sleeping, which who cares? You're not eating when you're sleeping anyways. So it's really just one day of fasting because nobody's eating while they're sleeping. So it's one day of fasting, one day of not fasting, one day of fasting, one day of not fasting. And on the days that I don't fast, I eat that shake and I have a liquid multivitamin that has minerals in it. And it's all derived from natural plant sources. So that's what I drink. So I get my minerals on my days that I fast, but I'm not adding salt to water because I'm not doing a water fast. I'm just doing a no food fast. And then I'll have like I'm having this, non-alcoholic beer. And then I had a shake earlier, you know. And that's it. It's tough, especially when my girl is fucking chowing fish tacos and shit right in the car with me, like today we drove by a place that I know and I'm like, oh, they got the best tacos there. It's Korean tacos, Hankook Taqueria. It's Korean owned and they put bulgogi in tacos and they do battered fish mahi tacos and they do fried chicken tacos and ojingo, which is calamari. Oh my God, like all sorts of shit. I'm going to have to go there tomorrow. Um, I'm getting a Grim Audio MU2 on the channel for review. I'll be putting it up against the Dream Stack. Cool. You have yeah, that's cool. I've got another guy that did that and I got his response. So let's see if your response is the same. That'll be interesting. Hey, Mikey, 470s are killing it now that they're dialed. I listened to them for 4+ hours the other day without even realizing it. Isn't that amazing? That's exactly what happens here, man. You go in, you don't want to leave. You just keep thinking about music, music, music. Next thing you know, freaking 4 hours are cooked. And you're like, are you kidding me? I've been in here 4 hours, but it's the best. It recharges your batteries. You feel energized after that, don't you, Andrew? It's like you get energy from soaking up those vibes. And the funny part is there was, we talked about that loose pair of 470s that somehow, well, they were black market that came through the black market that we're on. And these idiots have no idea how to set them up. And so they don't know the speakers. They don't know how to set them up. So they get the shaft, which is funny. It's perfect karma for black market shit that it goes to people that don't know what they're doing. And then it doesn't sound right. And it's like, haha, suckers, that's what you get. But anyways, we will see if it turns up. They popped off of AudioGone. I put the tribe on them. I know 3 people that called me back and said we tried to get them, but they were already sold. So I don't think they exist. I don't think anybody got them. If anybody knows who got them, then let's see, because I think they're phantom speakers. We ran the serial numbers and we know that if they were here, they're black market, but they could, be something that just somebody brought in, but they put them back home because they liked them better or whatever. I think there's a lot of lies going on around those speakers. So it's it's a joke. People can only wish that they really had Fisher and Fisher as a brand, but they don't. Only Mikey does. Looking forward to that review, Shane. Yes, I am too. You pretty much summed up the hi-fi industry. Yeah, man. I mean, that's how it is, dude. I've been in it long enough. I see through all the charade, you know. I know how it operates. I know how it works. I was a manufacturer for many years. I owned a California amplifier company that made some Cinepro amps, you know, that you saw in our marketplace. They made the Virastar amps too. Um, yeah, I've got an inside view. Distilling water ionizes it, not new age at all. Oh, really? Okay, so it's distilled water. It's the same thing. I got a jug right here, man. I use it in my humidor for my cigars. I need to use distilled water. Distilling water ionizes it. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna ask Chat GPT after this. Let's run her around the track a couple times and see what they tell us about ionized water. Thanks, man. It'll be interesting. Yes, it will. Jimmy Dean Sausage says the SST 24 channel 7800 single watt single stereo tower is almost complete. The 16 channel Dark Knight can destroy anything at the show at 1/4 volume. So the 24 channel destroyer should be $1 billion. Okay, great. What show will you take it to? Where will you debut this? Tell us what show so we can show up. Because please, Jimmy Dean, don't be one of those guys that talks smack but doesn't show up with the goods. If you're gonna talk big, then you know, be back it up. You know, back it up. Show up at the show. You know, bring your weapon and kill it. You know, and I love to see people do that. I love it more than anything when people come from home, their home brewed shit or their small company brewed shit, and they come and they bring it to a show and they slaughter everybody. It's the best thing ever. I love it. So I hope you do it. But, you know, do it. You can trust a weight. You can trust a weight. Hit the gym, bro. It'll keep you going. Going young and healthy. Is that what you're trying to say? Time machine. Yeah, exactly. Right. You got to get those the testosterone back up, you know, and muscles cause testosterone. You know, they need testosterone to grow. So you stimulate that growth, you're going to stimulate the test. And yeah, eventually I'll get that. That's the next step, man. First step for me, I got to do this shit little at a time, because if I do it all at the same time and it becomes a chore, whatever, you can say I'm a pussy, maybe I am, but it needs to become part of my lifestyle, not this thing like a diet. I'm going on a diet and where it's a temporary thing. Like this is like lifestyle. So once I can incorporate an athletic thing, whether it's biking, lifting weights, you know, it's kind of, I mean, I'm just going to say it. There's something fucking gay about going to the gym and lifting weights in front of a mirror with a bunch of other men. There's something fucking gay about it. I'm sorry. That's how, that's how I feel. I know it's good for you. I know it's cool, but, and I don't mean homo. I just mean gayish. Looking at your muscles, that's gayish, you know, in the sense of silly, you know, and then, and the chicks there, and it's just like, oh, such a fucking TikTok scene, you know? It's like if it was a boxing gym and it was like just only serious dudes, no like peacocks trying to, you know, be all wear their tight pants and shit like that. It's just, it's gayish, you know? Maybe I need to find a different gym than LA Fitness. Maybe that's it. Like a boxing gym, something like that, where you just go and it's just dudes that they wear fucking loose shirts, not tight shirts. I don't want to go to the tight shirt gym, the fucking, you know, spaghetti string tank top gym, you know. It's like, whatever, you dudes, cover those fucking things up, you know. Don't try and be all, you know, and the gay thing about it is dudes that get muscular to get looks from other dudes. That's what they want. They want other dudes to be like, whoa. So it's just weirdish for me. So I know I go there, I tune out, I put my headphones on, and I just go, you know, do my thing. What I do is I go to the basketball court and I shoot hoops. That is my warm up. I shoot hoops, then I go in, lift weights for a little while, and then I go back and then cool down, shoot some hoops again. But I could go in and just shoot hoops. What I really is what I want to do is and I will do, take swimming lessons and get to be a good swimmer, and then go to the gym and do basketball and swimming. Okay, that's more Mikey style. But doing the in front of the in front of the mirror, it's kind of silly for me, you know. Just eat more Barnaby's pizza. You'll be healthy and happy. I know, man. We're gonna have Barnaby's when I come. I'm bringing my woman with me, and I'm gonna take her on the haunts. And Jared just found an Italian place in his neighborhood in Lincoln Park that is some people that just like came from Tuscany or something like that, and they're making stuff by scratch, and it's forgettable. You could forget about it. Mikey, do you think the Dinosaur Eddie power amp? I have no idea what that is. Would be a good replacement for Mark Levinson 442. I don't even know what the hell that is, brother. It sounds silly. Dinosaur Eddie? What is it? What is it? Tell me. A family member of mine works for Appeal, makes for great arguments during the holidays. What's Appeal? APPEL, or was it AP? What was it? APEEL. AP Appeal. What is it? Freshness that won't go to waste. Safe, sustainable solutions. Extend the quality and life of fresh produce. Oh, is this GMO shit? Making it more inaccessible while reducing food waste. Goleta. It's edible coating product. Okay, so it's like it replaces wax. Edapeel can make avocado, citrus, and other types of fruit last twice as long by using a tasteless edible coating. Reduces, what's it made out of, dude? Is it synthetic or organic, dude? That's my first question. A stand mount speaker will give you a mid bass null. To prevent that, you want a tower with low woofers. There's no mid bass null in the Fisher and Fisher stand mount. However, in fact, the first thing you notice is its prodigious mid bass. Try a free sample of a product called LMNT. The hell is that? LMNT product. Electrolyte drink. Okay. Elementi. Electrolyte drink mix. Lemonade salt. So what? It's salt mixed with lemon and magnesium and potassium. Okay, so it's just everything all together. Which is cool. That looks like it's the good one right there, bro. It's got potassium, magnesium, all the things that you need, and sodium. If you are, I wonder how much it is. Let's see. It'll be like $12 a bag for the little packs, $1 a pack. Let's see how much. One-time purchase. How much is that? Zero sugar. A 30 pack is $39. So it's over. What does that make it? $1. It's over $1 a pack. So here's, and the pack is a quarter ounce, six grams. Okay. So 6 grams of salt is going to cost you $1. Okay. This is how I work, man. I look at, I can buy magnesium bulk. I can buy potassium bulk. I can buy sodium bulk. I can buy all that shit bulk, and I can get 1 pound bags, and I can dump them all into, and I'll bet you for $39, I can get a hell of a lot of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, and then whatever. I'll squeeze a lemon in it, you know. But you can take that shit, put it together in a big, you know, container, shake it up, instead of these nifty individual packs that you can pack in your backpack when you go trekking, you know, or whatever. I mean, I don't need it like that. One-time purchase. It's $39 if you subscribe. Otherwise, it's $45. So that's considerably. So let's see, 45 divided by 30 equals $1.50 per pack. This is just how my mind works. I look at that shit and I go, why would I buy it and you put it in a little pretty package for me so I can tote it around in my gym bag? Why don't I just make that shit myself and have a year's supply? for $50. It's too easy. If it was hard to do, I probably wouldn't do it. But this is easy, man. Putting these three things together in a big jar, that's super easy to do. However, the product does look very good, so kudos on that. But it's just, it's the way I think, man. I'm getting gypped fucking attitude, ever since I've been little, I don't know, man. I'm like, I'm getting gypped. They're gypping us. That was the thing. I don't know why. I don't know where the hell I got that, man, but I have it. So now I have to, everything has to be, I have to know a little bit about it. But then the supplements are the worst, man. The supplements. Oh my God. The amount of money. I think supplements is probably like hi-fi times 100 in terms of profitability. Cosmetics too. It's ridiculous the shit they put together. And then put it in little teeny ass capsules and then put 30 of them in a thing. If you took all of those capsules and dumped them out, you'd have a tablespoon of product and they sell it for $39. It's fucking genius. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy your shit in little capsules, man. I'm going to make it myself and fucking put it all together in a giant ass jug and then put it in a shake and have that each day. Starts at $1 billion. Okay. What does? With options, EEG, brainwave. Starts at $1 billion with options. EEG, brainwave, feedback, Neuralink, sound wave, polarization, and steering, all flight and flight capabilities, $2 billion. Not really for poor folks. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What? You really lost me on that one. Like, that's how far you lost me. Like, there's a trail on it. What? That's how far away it is. I love stink cheese. Haha, Limburger. I don't know anything about Limburger, man. I'm not a cheese connoisseur. I like brick cheese from Wisconsin. Distilled water contains no minerals. Yeah, I'm clear, but does it have ions in it? Positive ions? I think Jimmy is talking about the Bryson. Bryston? Bryston. Jimmy is talking about Bryston. What's Bryston? What about it? Distilled water is not ionized water. Do your homework before you give misinformation. Oh, Larry got mad. Larry got mad. Yeah, fucker. It's funny. That's basically the gist of that response. You could start walking every day. I do that already. I think you'd be surprised at the result. I walk 2 miles every day with my woman. It's 2 miles exactly to go around our neighborhood. So we do that. Thanks though. I appreciate that, Oscar. I feel the same way about the gym. I have weights at home because of that. There you go. Same with strip clubs. Super gayish. Gayish in a female way. Like, how is it guy gayish at a strip club? Well, a female strip club? Like, I get the fact that at strip clubs the girls are like gay. Like, I get that whole deal. But and like, he's talking about male strip clubs being gayish. You think? New Tech Expo area can't disrupt existing industry. Bullshit. You certainly can. Disruptive Technology Act. It's against the law. 2026 Texas show. We have to be careful, Mikey. Disruptive Technology Act? What the fuck is that? See if that thing exists. I never heard of such a thing. Digital fact sheet. Office of Public Affairs fact sheet. Ooh, Disruptive Technology Strike Force. So that's gay right there. Disruptive Technology Strike Force. Oh my God. Come on. This is the government. Efforts in first year to prevent sensitive technology from being acquired by authoritarian regimes and hostile nation states. That's bullshit, man. That sounds like a way to have a monopoly. That's what this thing is. Pay us enough and you get the monopoly. 1 year ago, February 16, 2023, Departments of Justice and Commerce, alongside the partners of Federal Bureau of Investigation and Homeland Security Investigation, launched a disruptive technology strike force to fiercely protect advanced technology from being unlawfully acquired by foreign adversaries. So I guess if you are here and you're American, it's all good. Together, the agencies that comprise the strike force have taken an all-tools approach to aggressively pursue enforcement actions against illegal procurement networks. Okay, so as long as you're not stealing from anybody, you're fine. And prevent nation-state actors, which you're not, from illicitly acquiring our most sensitive technology. Okay, so this isn't even aimed at you, brother. I mean, all you have to do is read the act and you'll know it has nothing to do with Americans making hi-fi shit. Okay, 7 cases charge defendants with sending or attempting to send semiconductors, microelectronics to other technologies to Russia in violation of U.S. law. Brooklyn-based businessman Ilya, that's a Russian, was arrested for allegedly running years-long scheme to unlawfully export hundreds of thousands of semiconductors to a sanction. Yeah, you're fine, brother. This is like selling shit to other countries. Like, you're good, bro. I don't think you need to worry about this act. 2026 Texas show. Okay, man. You don't have to be careful, dude. Stop with the paranoia. But you'll be good. I always say a little bit of paranoia keeps you safe, but not the heavy shit. Anyways, so Asian culture uses ionized water and cook with it. Most people know nothing about it. Okay, I'm gonna let's see. Let's try something, you guys. Let's see first. Okay, let's see. Stop. We don't need that shit. Let's see. Let's do this. Let me go here. And then go like this. Let me go like this. Okay. Now let me go like this. Let me go like this. Do Asian cultures use ionized water to cook with?
The use of ionized water in cooking isn't a widespread traditional practice in Asian cultures, but it has gained some popularity in recent years. Ionized or alkaline water is thought by some to enhance the flavor of food and offer health benefits, though scientific evidence is limited. In general, traditional Asian cooking methods rely on regular water, with a focus on fresh ingredients, balanced flavors, and traditional cooking techniques. If you're interested in experimenting with ionized water in your cooking, it could be a fun way to see if it makes any noticeable difference in taste or texture.
What is the least expensive way to make ionized water?
The least expensive way to make ionized alkaline water at home is by using simple, natural methods. Here are a couple of cost-effective options. 1. Baking soda. Add about 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda to a gallon of water and mix well. Baking soda raises the pH of the water, making it more alkaline. This is a quick and inexpensive method, though the taste might be slightly altered. 2. Lemon juice. Surprisingly, adding a small amount of lemon juice to water can also make it more alkaline. Although lemon juice is acidic, it has an alkalizing effect on the body once metabolized. Just a few drops per glass can help increase the water's alkalinity. 3. pH drops. You can purchase affordable pH drops that can be added to water to increase its alkalinity. These drops are portable and easy to use. Each of these methods is cost-effective and...
Is alkaline water the same as ionized water?
Alkaline water and ionized water are related but not exactly the same.
Stop.
Alkaline... Got it. Let me know if there's any...
What is the best way to make ionized water, not alkaline water?
The best way to make ionized water is by using a water ionizer machine. These devices use a process called electrolysis to split the water into acidic and alkaline components, producing... Understood.
Comb the internet to find me the least expensive water ionizer machine and tell me where it's for sale.
If you're looking for an affordable water ionizer, the Aqua Ionizer Deluxe 5.0 is a popular choice. It offers a good balance between cost and functionality, providing multiple pH settings and a reliable filtration system.
How much does it cost?
The Aqua Ionizer Deluxe 5.0 is priced at $795 on Aqua Ionizer Pro's website.
Okay, there you go. Aqua Ionizer Pro's website, $795. So $800. That's no big deal to get a water ionizer. I mean, for $800, I'd try something. You know what I mean? But if it's starts to become $2,500, $3,500, then I want to try it first. Bill Gates Company. Oh shit! Look at that. The crazy wax that has micro robots inside the wax. There's some shit in there. I would never trust anything that Bill Gates puts out, dude. I would not eat any fruit with Bill Gates coating on it. No freaking way, dude. Not in a million years. Most women can't stand big, muscly guys. That's been my experience. They're much more into an athletic toned body and trained in the gym to get that weight to not too big and bulky. Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, I highly doubt that dudes that are getting big and muscly give two shits about women. Like, I'm not saying they're gay. I don't think they do it for the women. I think they do it because they're into their physique and they're into pushing their body to the limits of what the human body can do. I mean, I've been trained. I've gone to gyms and when I lived in Muscle Beach and Venice Beach, I knew bodybuilders there and they trained me, and never once were they talking about chicks. It wasn't about that, man. It was about excellence in physique. I just don't think, I think they could give two shits. They're like, whatever, you know? Yeah, I don't know, but maybe, you never know. I thought a long dick is what you get to get the girls. Isn't that the idea? Maybe you put a weight on it and hang it off there and stretch it out. The Donizetti, that is a great amplifier. And it's, you guys don't even, I don't even know if I told you guys, the Donizetti is a 250 watt per channel amplifier for $12,500 made in Italy that crushes. It's such a great amplifier. Anybody that needs a power amp, a solid state power amp, Donizetti is a great one. It leans on the side of musical too. So if you have a system that's a little bit forward, you can tune it with a more musical amp. What's the best speaker you have ever listened to? Fisher and Fisher. Absolutely. The one that I have right now in my room, Fisher and Fisher 1000.1. It's my favorite. It's the most natural and real. And it's a combination, really. It's not just the speaker. It's a combination of playback designs, the Nat Audio Magma tube, those giant tubes, and the speakers that I have. All those things together, I've never heard something that sounds this real. A 4-foot tall beehive, carbon fiber cabinet enters the show, following me on a motorized pedestal. It has a sub in the top. People come over. That's a nice subwoofer. It's not a subwoofer. Following me on a motorized pedestal. That's my favorite part, dude. You need a cape, bro. You got to wear a cape for that shit. Understand the gym thing, but I'm biased. Been a cyclist for 50 years. Oh, yeah. Holy shit, dude. So, yeah, you guys are amazing to me. I've got a couple other clients. Steve, the guy that's coming over tomorrow, is a bicyclist. He races. And quite frequently, they're out competing. And he was in high school like a champ and all this shit. He's actually got a bicycle made by, if I'm not mistaken, it's on his wall. It says Lamborghini on it. And I can't remember if it actually was a Lamborghini bike or if it was something that he put the decals on. But he's got a road bike, dude, that I could lift with one finger. It was retarded. I mean, the whole bike is like 14 pounds or something, just stupid, ridiculous. What's up, Carl? Welcome. Then I hit an icon on the tablet and it expands to 8 feet, revealing speakers in the bottom. People start coming over, then the sound begins. It's like that. Is that like that amplifier thing that like it looks like a lotus thing and it all opens up? Is Rhythmic your recommended subwoofer brand? I don't have a recommended subwoofer brand. I think Rhythmic is a good one. It's a Chinese brand, so it doesn't really have my endorsement at all. But if you don't mind buying Chinese stuff, Rhythmic's a good brand because it's servo. It's a servo brand, or servo feedback in the. It's a servo sub, which are fast. No, we are DTL, Disruptive Technology Labs. Oh, I see. So that's what you call yourselves. Okay. Do you have a website yet? Appeal is a Bill Gates thing. Yeah, yikes. What are your thoughts on certain vibration frequencies healing the body? Absolutely, dude. No question about it. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they, bro? Everything in the world is vibration. You know that now. Like everybody should know that now. If you magnify something strong enough, it's vibration. Everything is vibration. This desk, this microphone, this phone, this my skin, everything is vibration. It's just vibrating at different frequencies. So why wouldn't we be able to use frequencies at certain pulses, frequencies, and pulse width, or pulse what's the word I'm looking for? Like rhythmic pulsing, right? Like certain frequency of a tone and then certain time frequency in terms of oscillation. Makes complete and utter sense, and supposedly each chakra has its own frequency. So you've got a corresponding frequency to each chakra. So if you want to heal the heart chakra, you would use like whatever it is, 234, 432, or I think if you look at solfeggio tones, you will find a correlation of a frequency to each chakra and each part of your emotional body or your emotional being. No, you can't put existing business out of business, Mikey. That's the external part. Dude, you're not putting anybody out of business. I know everybody loves to say that, but the truth of the matter is, Jimmy Dean, you can come to the market with the best product ever made, the best audio product ever made. And unless you're blowing the dick of the magazines and the industry guys, you're not going anywhere. Okay. Very few, if any, you have to be playing the game, brother. So I've seen so many great products come into the market and nothing happens with them. They get a small cult following, but they don't put anybody out of business. So you're not putting anybody out of business. I appreciate your confidence and your bravado, but you're not putting anybody out of business. I'll bet you $500 on it. Alkaline water is better for you as acidic water is a breeding ground for cancers. Right. Not acidic, but alkaline. Alkaline is different than acidic. Alkaline is the opposite of acidic. So alkaline water is not acidic water. We know this stuff, Mikey. We cannot get patents of this technology. It will be classified. It will cause industry collapse and mass unemployment. Oh my God, dude. I totally want to smoke what you're smoking. Let's sit around the fire and I'd love to hear you talk because it would just entertain the shit out of me. It must be introduced slowly to give industry time to adapt. No details will be revealed, only a visual and sound demo to give designers ideas. Cool, man. Bring it. Hey, man, I talked to you a couple years ago when I first started learning about audio. Even though I was broke and not buying anything you sell, you spent about 20 minutes educating me. How are you? I'm great, man. Thanks for asking. How are you? Dirt sapient? We're all dirt sapient, aren't we? What is that? That's a picture. I'm trying to see what that's a picture of. They look like syringes. It looks like syringes and a chef hat. Are you a chef? It's a free sample. Come on, man. And you want normal pH water right in the middle. What's a free sample? What is the that LGH thing or that whatever that thing was? I'll take a free sample of anything, man, for sure. I'll try it. Yo, tribe, what's up? Rev, how are you, buddy? Revelry, man, is sitting in Seattle, man, getting ready to sell his gold top Les Paul 57, I think, or 59. Pretty choice machine. And then he's going to get some Fisher and Fishers and maybe some other stuff. But any of the Fisher and Fisher guys want to make Rev feel more confident about his purchase. He wants something that rocks, that he can play and jam and where it won't run out of steam. And I'm like, dude, Fisher and Fisher is totally your brand for that. Like, that's one of their strong suits, is you can play them exceptionally loud for their size, and they have exceptional output. True strength equals medicine ball. Yeah, you're talking about core strength. Yeah, club bells, kettlebells work the core. Flow yoga, ECT, it's a journey. Yes, it is. For anyone who doesn't know this guy, he spoke to me like a homie when he knew I had no money and gave me a crash course on shopping for audio. Yeah, buddy. Look, I mean, I don't have any. You guys know that I stand against the arrogant bullshit of the industry. This too cool. They're too cool to talk to you, right? That's not Mikey, man. I came. There was one point I was thinking about this today. There was one point in my life. Where I actually had to panhandle to eat. There was one point. I'm too proud to like try and call friends and beg money. So I wouldn't do that. I just went out on the street and asked for spare change to get like a pizza. Luckily it was very short that I had to do that. It was a hustle that I did for like 2 weeks at one point. And then my car got fixed. It was a whole long story, and I'll tell you it sometime. But there was that point, and there was also another time before I even had a car when I first moved to LA, where I remember having to ask my buddy for a couple bucks for a slice of pizza at Del Cor Pizzeria on Venice Beach. And I just remember that one piece of pizza and it being so good. It was like having a Thanksgiving meal in a slice of pizza. That's how little I got to eat, things like that. And so I know where I came from, man. I came from being broke as shit and not having a freaking thing. And everything that I have now, it did not come from good fortune. It did not come from having a trust fund. It didn't come from inheritance. It didn't come from winning the lottery. It didn't come from brilliant investments. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. It came from hard freaking work and ingenuity. So, of course, I don't diss anybody, man. If you're into music and you want to learn about hi-fi, I'm here for you. Why do we feel better after we listen to our rigs? We are absorbing vibration. Yeah, exactly. That was great help to me. Good, man. I'm stoked that I could help. Serotonin. What's that, man? You got any? Classified business. We won't make DARPA Sparks this year. Airborne audio projection device. It sounds really cool, dude. I mean, what you're talking about is very heady. I'd love to see something like what you're talking about. I mean, I can't imagine, but it sounds cool. It's a chef, Jolly Roger. Okay, cool. But I do love to cook. I do too, man. I do too. I couldn't do it as a job, actually. Like if somebody was telling me what to make when, I wouldn't like it. But I love to tweak. Just because I like to tweak shit, I love to tweak recipes, right? I love to tweak food. And this bread thing, man, there's so many different breads you can make and do it so many different ways. And it's just so cool. Bread to me is something about it where the yeast acts with the sugar and makes the leavens the bread, and just the whole deal is just cool to me. It's a science thing, man. It's like a fucking biology or whatever, and then the bread is so good. Oh my God, it's so tasty. I love bread and butter. Come on now. Or bread. You know what is weird? For the first time in my life, I made this last loaf of bread using that fresh milled flour, and I cut some of it and I ate some of it, right? I started eating it. I was pulling it apart and eating it. It was so good. And then I took some butter and I put some butter on it, and it tasted worse. I've never, ever, 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 ever in my life had that happen where butter detracted from the taste of the bread. The bread was better without butter. I couldn't freaking believe it. I'm like, this is like, what sorcery is this bread? You know, this new stuff that I tried. Also, 2 tablespoons of lecithin, which is something that was not in, and I add an egg now. So I used to do a simpler recipe. I saw a new recipe that includes, it's basically my old recipe, but it includes lecithin and an egg. And oh my God, dude, I can't think about it because I'm gonna want to go chow on some bread right now. And it's 10:25. I have to sleep and then I can do it tomorrow. MPD8 is on order too. Yes, that's right, Rev. I forgot about that, buddy. He put a down payment on an MPD8. He's going to have one in August and maybe the speakers beforehand. But I was telling somebody else today, I was talking to somebody on the phone to Pedro and Pedro, New Hampshire, man. And he wants to get an MPD8. It's going to make him happy. He's like, dude, he's got a killer setup right now. And I can't remember exactly what it is, but he told me what it was. He's got a respectable audio system, but he's like, it sounds great, but I'm not connecting with it. I'm like, MPD8 is the only thing that's going to do that, bro. It's he and he's got like a $11,000 DAC right now, and he's like, it sounds great, but I'm just not connecting. I need to connect to the music. Well, then you need an MPD8, you know? And so he's going on the list too. And he will also have an MPD8. And he's talking about getting some Fisher & Fisher, but he wants the 570s and what Don just got. And man, I mean, if Don is still watching, tell the people what you think about your 570s, man. I mean, they're ridiculous. Already beat the W&M speakers, Wilson and Magico. He doesn't even want to say it. Friends systems at a quarter volume. Mikey, this is not a game to us. It's all low end. What does low end mean? It's like 8-foot hot rod Fozzy amps inside Mikey with individual control of all components. Okay, I don't get that. They are rolling pins. Oh, they're rolling pins. Okay, cool. So it's a Baker. It's a Baker, Jolly Roger. Okay, I was like, that looked like some fucking syringes, man. Like maybe it's like I thought it was like maybe injecting, you know, herbs or whatever, like those liquids, like you can inject turkeys with stuff or food, you know. Hey, brother, do you have a favorite drummer, past or present? Oh man, that's a hard question, you know, because you know, drums are they're totally unique. It's almost like asking me about a favorite guitarist. I don't really have one because they're different tastes, you know. So Drew Carey or Danny Carey, Danny Carey, Drew fucking Carey. Danny from Tool, man. The guy fucking kicks ass. I mean, that's sick drumming. Neil Peart, of course. You know, Billy Cobham. What's his name? The old guy was great. Can't remember that guy. He was a real asshole too. Anyways, yeah, so I don't really, I mean, I love drums, but I don't really, I like Latin percussion. You know, drummer is not really a thing that I talk about. I talk about guitarists probably more. Ranson 10 on Werbot also, yes, along with like some other shit. You know, Dead Armorants, whatever. It just went to another buyer. It just means they're probably safe now because they were with that other Momentum group or whatever that, you know, was probably, you know, didn't have the capital that Samsung does. Samsung has a lot more capital. It's overcoming the difficulties in life and coming at the other end that makes the man. Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. Music is relaxing. Yeah, it sure is. Can be. It can also be charging. The new one has 12 Hot Rod 3255 modules. I don't even know what the hell that is. What's a 3255 module? 3255 module. Texas Instruments. Speaker amps. Valuation board. Class D. Class D, 315 output at load minimum impedance, 2 ohms, negligible distortion. Okay. Package. What's it in? It's a HTSS op. It's a DDV. Features. Let's see. Total output power differential. Analog inputs. Total output power at 10% THD. Fuck that. Total output power 10%. Why do they even give us 10% harmonic distortion numbers? Total output power at 1%. That's even very high. So 150 watts into 8 ohms with at 1%. High-speed gate driver error correction, pure path signal bandwidth, so it corrects for the error for errors. Okay, so it's got 10, 12 chips per side. John Crypto, hey buddy. Hey Mikey, is the plan to provide full systems that you build at different price points, 10, 25? Yes, it is. That we can absolutely. Yep. We're putting together a whole concept of a site of how to do that. But yeah, they're yes, you can go there right now. You do it, but I just tell you, but they'll be up there soon. You'll see them on 11 Stereo, and you can buy them, and it'll be soup to nuts. It'll be everything in a crate, the whole thing, cables, everything. I've eaten bread like that. Yeah, it's good shit, man. When it's that good, it needs nothing. Yes, exactly. It's like a tomato. If you've ever had a wicked good tomato, you don't want shit on it, man. You don't want anything. It's just like a little salt, maybe, you know? That's how good this bread was. It was like butter made it greasy. It was so weird because butter almost makes everything taste better to me. But when I put butter on that bread, it made it greasy and just like gross. I just feel like I slathered grease on the bread. Mikey, what are the cheapest Fisher? They're $4,500. They are the SN70 SN70s, 4,500. Our modules run on lithium and make twice the Fosse output and clear 300 by 2, 600 by 1. Cool. Injecting that flavor, baby. You know it. I might get some syringes now. There you go. My grandpa used to do that. He'd get syringes, and I can't remember what he put in there. Like you can put, I mean, clearly you could put broth, but you could put olive oil with like with herbs. You know, you'd have to have them super fine to make it through that thing so they didn't clog in the bottom. But if you took and pulverized herbs into powder and then you mixed it with a broth or you mixed it with an olive oil and then you injected it into the meats, right? And inject it into the bird and take a knife and stab into the bird to cut a slice in there, take like a boning knife, and then take slivers of garlic and push them down into those holes that you just made in the bird, and then you can go with butter. I'll put a little pat like hard butter, cut a slit, and then push it in on top of the garlic clove in the bird. And then the butter melts onto the garlic and it gets into the meat. The flavor intermingles with the meat. It's good shit, man. God damn, I'm getting all like chubbed up over food for tomorrow. Stuart Copeland, cool. Yeah, Danny's pretty cool as well. He's good shit. Bitcoin is getting a Woody. Are they great? Because I accidentally bought $3,000 of Bitcoin the other day. So if it popped up, I'm going to cash it out and then go buy XRP. Gavin, Marco, Stewart. Yes. Okay. Thank you. You bet. 4,500. That's right. Yep. Why do manufacturers show THD specs when intermodulation? Why do manufacturers show total harmonic distortion specs when intermodulation distortion is more sensitive to our hearing? Probably because it looks better, I would imagine. Chicken broth, cloves, garlic, bundles of herbs. Exactly, bro. And then you take the bird and you spatchcock it. You know what that is? You cut the spine out of that bitch. You take a whole bird, cut the spine out of it so you can, lay it flat. And then I take a half of a lemon, a half of an onion, a grip of herbs, and then I lay that on, and then lay that bird on top of that, and then I go and do the meat like I told you, and put the butter and the garlic into the little spots. I jab in and then put them in there, and oh my god, dude, it makes the sickest chicken. It's so freaking good. No lithium and cap upgrades, really low distortion would be like 24 Fozzies, whatever the fuck that is, dude. We don't know what that is. They only make 160 watts capacitor depletion. You're talking you're talking up here, bro. There is a bread company called Great Harvest that fresh mills their grains daily, very high quality. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, maybe that is the stuff that I buy. But I'm gonna do it myself at home though. I think that's the best idea. Accidentally bought 3K in Bitcoin. Yeah, I did. I was on my thing, and I was like, I was thinking XRP, but I had BTC in my mind, and I was doing it quick. So I punch in BTC, buy 3G, and then all of a sudden I'm like, shit, I just bought Bitcoin. I wanted to buy XRP. So I'm like, and then I'm like, well, I'll leave it in there, and maybe it goes up a little bit, then I'll pull it out, and then I'll get more XRP than I would have with my $3,000, because now it's maybe 3,500, maybe it's 6,500. It hasn't doubled. It would be like maybe it goes up to 3,500 or something like that. Fossey set is a 32 device. We get double the power, and it's 212 where a distortion bubble begins. Okay, got you. Cool. Lift the skin up on a chicken and cover it in herb and garlic butter. My girlfriend does that. Yeah, that's too much work for me, bro. I do that, but she makes a wicked herb butter, and she's got her own special thing of herbs, and she has a secret ingredient that I won't tell you guys because she told me don't mention it. And oh man, and then she does that. She gets under the skin and massages it, gets it all in there. But then it's just too much work for me. All right, everybody, I feel like going under the skin. Yes, man, get it up under the skin. There's nothing better than free range hens that have been corn fed. Different taste. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm going to go, you guys. It's time for me to go to Betty Bye. So thanks, everybody, for joining. I appreciate your attendance. Love you all. And I will see you on Sunday. See you.